What will you experience at a Knock 'em Dead comedy murder mystery show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And of course, some music. Knock 'em Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what? Good.
Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knock 'em Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right. You had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
Fundraisers, private parties, corporate events, restaurants, and more. Contact Knock 'em Dead Comedy for your event today.
The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527.
Hi, I'm Danny Bonaducci, and you are watching Govs Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something, or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes, this is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony and Sally on the Knock 'em Dead radio show. They're going to keep knocking 'em dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Hey, Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus, and...
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knock'em Dead Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warm up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the Knock'em Dead Comedy Show. Apparently, it's Black T-shirt day.
With white writing.
With white writing, yep.
I just thought it was funny because that guy has, his album is called Surrender. And I'm like, are you taunting him?
I didn't even think about that.
Really? Because it was the first thing. I'm like, wow.
Oh, I didn't even
Tony's
think about that.
kind of being a dick, I think. I like it.
But one song called Surrender doesn't have to be better than another song called Surrender.
It wasn't about. It's just. Wow. I just thought that you were trying to own him, own the guest.
Jann Klose will be our guest in a little while. He has a new album out called Surrender, and Cheap Trick has a great song called Surrender. Mm-hmm. But both are great, and I like them both very much. Jann Klose is going to be popping in just a little bit. Go check out his album. Go to JannKlose.com. It's spelled Jann Klose with two N's. Jann
Jann Klose. It sounds like a southern slang. Jann Klose.
It does.
Jann Klose now.
Oh, and Klose, he spells close with a K.
Right.
Jann Klose.
The German spelling is German. Klose, right?
Right.
With I think even like my experience with international football is Klose. Like that would actually be how maybe they would Klose. They actually do pronounce, but he's choosing to go by Jann Klose. So.
Well, he is German, and he spent some time in South Africa, and then his family moved him here. But I think he was still fairly young when he came here. I think. I'm not sure.
His English is flawless.
Yes. So that's coming up shortly. Jann Klose. Go to JannKlose.com and go buy some of his albums. If you buy a CD, he autographs it. So go get a CD.
I mean, I imagine he'd have to be there, and you'd have to be buying the CD from him.
Well,
autograph to have.
He'll get the order.
Oh, you can do it online.
There you go.
Check out his website.
Right. There you go. And he's having an album party Sunday night at the Cutting Room, and it's open to the public, so you should go.
Check it out.
Sunday night. It's a great album. I've heard it. It's a great album. He's got some good music. He does a great version of Don't Give Up, Peter Gabriel.
Oh, cool.
You know that song, right?
Probably. My brother is a massive Peter Gabriel fan, okay. But as with most things my brother is into, I only have a passing interest in just waiting for him to finish talking. So I'm sure I've heard it because he would make me.
He does a good version of that, and yeah, he's kind of got some John Mayer going on. He's got some Sting, McCartney. Those are the influences I hear when I listen to him. But yeah, he's good. He's good. He's played with my brother. Which, you know what?
Yeah, he really lit up when.
Yeah, he did.
Frank.
Yeah,
that was genuine for sure.
And I should have
versus all you other people who act like, oh, Frank, so great. It's like we found the one person who's actually genuinely happy.
Well, yeah. So you're making fun of Jen Snortland, aren't you? Because last week she was like, oh my God, she was like all googly.
Oh, that's right. She was here last week. My bad.
I should have pumped in the video. Pumped in. I should have patched in the video.
Yeah, you should have pumped it.
There's a video of Jann Klose with my brother doing the Beatles song "Something." I should have.
Get in there. Video.
Let me stick my German in your prune
you should
belly.
See the setup underneath the desk.
Oh, we never wear pants.
Where his penis fits perfectly into the USB port.
Oh, it's perfect.
Matter of fact, there's a lot of space for him.
They should that. I'm surprised they haven't come up with that. Like,
oh well,
like a little glory hole for your penis on your computer.
Have you seen the kissing thing?
No.
So it's obviously Asia somewhere.
Yeah.
It's this mouth. And it's hooked up through the internet, and it controls a robotic mouth on the other end, so you could actually be making out with somebody over the internet. So it's like, as with anything, I mean, the porn industry is going to snatch that up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
Like, virtual VR is about to go off. Like, you're about to never see me again.
Unless you go on VR.
Saying. So, no, you'll never see me. You'll maybe see an avatar of some sort.
But can I? So if I have this
tentacled machine monster
with a mustache, if I have this contraption, I can then Zoom with somebody else who, and if they had to. What?
Yeah, no, it's just like, okay, are you familiar with? Because these are one of my favorite.
No. I know it's not a Zoom thing,
but that like you can control a vibrator.
Yeah.
Imagine it's the same thing, but instead of a vibrator, and you're kissing something that is sending a message to the other side that is also a kissing thing to move the lips the way that you are moving.
No, I got all that. I got all that. But what I'm saying, but what's on the other end? Is it another person?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You each have to have this device, and that's why.
That's the only part I was confused at.
You each have a device. It's like it's speaking through the internet to the other device that the person has, and they're kissing. So that now becomes your kiss is what they're receiving, and you are receiving their kiss.
But it's still not like that person's lips. Like it doesn't. It's like let's say you and your wife.
You obviously have never used a pocket pussy. Just obviously.
So let's say your wife. I don't know. Just not. I know she wouldn't. But
because I would never use this with my wife.
Well, I hear you. But I would.
I wasn't kissing her, baby. I was kissing this piece of plastic. Silicone.
So let's say she has to go to China for a month. Like she has to go to like someplace far. You're not going to see each other for a month.
Yeah, this big dental hygienist fucking.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It'll never happen. But so these lips aren't hers. So you guys could have this contraption on each end, but it's still not gonna. It's not gonna feel like her.
Yeah, but it's like VR. You close your eyes. This is why you shouldn't close your eyes when you're kissing. By the way, but
I agree. But all right. So that's my other question. So does this thing come with whether like
I'll tell you what's going to come.
Is there does it hook up to a program where you can see the person, or do you have to hook up Zoom or something?
I imagine. I don't know if it's through that. Okay, let me start off again. I'm not an expert on this fucking device.
You brought it up.
I did. Did you ever watch that Charlie Brown video I sent you?
Did you send it to me?
I sent it. It's on the messenger.
I remember
on the messengers.
I remember us talking about it. I don't remember you sending it.
Because I can show you mine. Here, this is excuse us while the sausage is made, you guys.
Oh, there it is. You did send it.
Oh,
shit.
That's all good.
All right, I'm gonna watch it.
No. Yeah. I'm just. It just hit me. If you had, because after you'd sent me the message about how we were going to record the interview and then play it, I was like, oh look, there's the Charlie Brown.
There's our secret, ladies and gentlemen. We already spoke to Jann Klose today. He couldn't get on during the time of our show. He had something to do, so he's like, all right, let's do it before. I'm like, okay. Yeah. So we just recorded it just a little while ago.
Very generous. Thank you very much.
Yes,
still,
absolutely.
Like I very interesting dude. I wish I should listen to the music.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna predict that you will be kind of like 50-50 on. I think there are some songs you're really going to dig, and there are some you're going to be like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, but I've now kind of met him, so that always changes that.
There you go. Should we should we play it now then?
That's probably good. Right. Yeah, I can go pee.
There you go. One thing I'm just going to point out before we start it, because my mother she watches pretty much every day. Jann Klose knows my brother, and I think Frank does watch most of the time too. So Frank, in fact, I asked Frank earlier this week. I go, "You got any Jann Klose stories? You worked with him. Any stories I can just bust his balls with?"
Nothing that the statute of limitations hasn't run out on yet.
No, my brother's not even that cool. He was just like, "No, come on, man. There's gotta be." No, we just played a song. Okay.
What song?
Yeah, right.
Bring him to wrench it out of him.
But I'm just pointing out to you, Mom, that I did make fun of Frank while talking to Jann Klose. So don't yell at me. Don't come down on me. Don't throw your empty wine bottles at me. Because when she drinks heavily, she's nasty, man.
Well, and Frank's the favorite. I get it.
Yeah. And she couldn't really beat him too much as kids because he had medical issues. So you guys want to know the truth of how the leg came off? There you go. There you go. All right. So
get her drunk, which is actually more difficult than it sounds.
All right. Here we go. Andy and I with Jann Klose this morning. Enjoy.
Go for it.
All right. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Jann Klose is here. The new album is called Surrender. If you like John Mayer, if you like Sting, if you like Paul McCartney, those are the influences I hear when I listen to your music. Surrender is the album. It's fantastic. And then even go back and check out other stuff. Fairweather Friend, one of my favorites. Pour the Champagne, which I personally think you were drunk as hell in that video. But Jann Klose is here, ladies and gentlemen. Fresh, right in the middle of his tour. He's going crazy. He's touring all over the place. He's busy. So we appreciate the time. Good to see you, pal.
Good to see you too, Tony.
You're awake. You're ready.
And Andy.
Yes. No, it's good to see you too. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm good.
I was just thinking that your album names could be put together and tell a very quick story. What was the Champagne one?
Well, Pour the Champagne is just the name of one of the songs. That's
okay, but
not
Pour the Champagne.
The new album is called Surrender.
No, I know. My Fairweather Friend.
Great tune.
Surrender. You see what I'm saying? It's like telling a story. Was that on purpose?
No.
He's like, what am I doing here?
All right, cool. I'll just let Tony talk now.
So, right off the bat, one of the first things I think about when talking to you is Pinball Wizard, because you played the Pinball Wizard in Tommy once.
Oh, cool.
I did.
Yeah, which just kicks ass, and I would love to see you rocking out the Pinball Wizard. So, I'm just telling you right now, put that into your set. Just throw it in there.
Do it.
I'll see what I can do.
We'll get him while he's tired. He's
right.
It's like, yes, just anything. Just stop talking to me.
I do want to give you a lot of credit because I got to tell you, man, Alicia Madison, and then I'm watching the Sugar My video. I mean, you got those gorgeous dancers. You're a smart man. You're using that rock star thing to get the gorgeous women.
The ladies.
Man, last night was like that. We had 40 dancers on stage with us.
Nice.
At the show. And they're all girls, and they were between the ages of 8 and 18.
All right, wait.
And there's no joke. I mean, they were screaming in the hall in the theater. It was awesome, singing along. They know all the words. It's wild.
Very cool.
That's
wild.
Great.
Yeah.
Good. And congratulations, by the way. I just saw just this morning. Surrender has hit over 100,000 streams.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Super cool.
Thank you.
But yeah, I'm just gonna say it again though. Alicia Madison. Oh my God, she's like she's one of those you drop what you're doing and your mouth just drops. You're like, oh my, she is beautiful.
I will let her know that you said that.
Oh.
You can also give her our number.
That's right.
That's cool too.
Yeah, she'll be blocking you in 10
right,
minutes.
Yeah. That's funny. I can't find her profile anymore. Wonder how that happened.
So, and speaking of the Sugar My video, which love the songs. That's actually got to be one of my favorite songs that you've done. But the video is a little spooky there. What's going on in this thing?
Well, it was that's good. That's the reaction that we wanted. It is really sort of tells the story of these sort of two worlds. The world where you're sort of blocked off and holding back and afraid and maybe confused, and the other side of that, the open and free and uninhibited sides of that we all have.
Sure.
So and the song really is about weighing those two and sometimes not knowing which side you're on.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. And again, great tune. Great tune. Now, and that song is on the new album, but the video came out, I want to say, like almost a year ago, no?
Yeah.
So
it was a single release before.
Right. Okay. So, and I know with making this album, I know it was a little slow at first because of COVID, but still, I mean, but it still took a while for the album. I mean, it just came out, what, in March, right?
Yeah, the album just came out in March, yeah.
Yeah, so it took a while to get this album out. Tell us what went on there.
Yeah, look, I mean, we had a lot of challenges making a record during the pandemic,
Yeah.
I mean, the studios were closed. We couldn't go anywhere. So my producer, Marcus Dembinski, and I started making the record at home, right here. This is my home studio.
Oh, nice. Cool.
And his home studio in Manhattan. So we started mapping out the songs and arranging them and programming them. And then as soon as we were able to go into the studio, we added live instruments.
Nice.
But as we were doing that, we were starting to release singles because, we wanted to keep the flow going,
right,
of music being released,
Good idea.
And the videos, I mean, like when we made that video, I mean, it was, the Sugar My video, we showed up there and going, okay, well, let's see who gets sick.
Nice.
I mean, it was crazy,
Right.
What are you going to do? You have to keep going. And, I'm sure I could probably say that now because I think most people have picked up on the fact that the lockdowns did absolutely nothing.
Right.
So, and at the same, so I was just like, let's forward. But, it was hard to get everybody on the same page. And I can understand why. There was a lot of panic and a lot of confusion.
Right.
So we did the best that we could do with with the cards that we were dealt. So everything took longer than I wanted. And there was, but everyone was telling us what to do. It was terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, that was worse than the disease, quite honestly.
No, I agree.
But yeah, look, here we are. And the World Health Organization today announced that the pandemic is officially over. Okay, good.
I didn't hear that. Oh.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we can sit a little closer.
Who?
Yeah.
We can start spitting each other's mouths again. That's my favorite part of this show.
Boys, you naughty,
it's so sad you're not here, Jan.
That's what we.
Everybody loves it.
Everybody
loves it.
Now I'm really glad that we're on the Zoom call.
So, did you use that time? Was there any positives to making the album because of that? Like, were you able to work more? Like, or
Yeah, that's a great question,
Thanks.
Mr. Walker. It really is. That's a great question. Because we had to take a totally different approach because we really didn't have a choice. So it's one of those things where you kind of have to deal with the cards that you're dealt and play that deck, and that's what we did. So I actually really enjoyed working on that one-on-one level, because when you're rehearsing with the band and you're arranging the songs with like 5-6 people in the room, there's a lot more opinions going around.
Sure.
Right. So, but with me and Marcus by ourselves, I actually really enjoyed that because we work really well together and we can bounce off of each other really well. So in that smaller setting, it was actually, I enjoyed working in that setting, and I think I would actually do it again.
Nice.
So you're basically hoping for another pandemic, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Nope. Nope. Without the pandemic.
So we'll put you down in the pro-pandemic column. Interesting take.
Yeah. Hey. What can you say? What can you say?
Well, it's well done. And congratulations. I think it's a great album. And you're touring like crazy. You're like kind of nonstop. Even before all the craziness. Like you're always working, acting, touring, recording. You're always doing something.
I like to work.
Yeah.
I like to work. I like being busy. I enjoy the work. I'm very lucky to do what I love to do.
Sure.
And yeah, it does get tiring, we were just talking before we went on air. I woke up this morning and my voice was just like, whoosh, you know.
Yeah.
So I did some, I work with singers and I coach voice, so I know what to do in those instances. And I just did some vocalizing and did what I had to do, and it's coming back. I'm going to be okay for tonight for the show.
Yeah, because you're doing a private gig tonight, right?
Yes.
What can you tell us about this private gig?
Ooh, that's hot.
It's at a place. It's at a movie studio. It's called Gigantic Studios.
Ooh.
It's in Manhattan. And they're closely involved with the Woodstock Film Festival, and they've all become friends of mine, and it's a really nice round of very creative people. Lots of creatives, lots of producers and actors and directors and lawyers. And,
ooh, that's a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice mix.
Cool.
But a lot of entertainment people and so forth, and so Marcus and I doing a little acoustic duo set.
Cool.
And then just in prep for the album release show in New York, which is on Sunday at the Cutting Room.
Right. I was about to bring that up. Cutting Room's such a great room, man. I love that place. One of my favorite places to see a show. Yeah.
I do too. You guys coming? Yes.
So it's Sunday. What time Sunday?
7 p.m. Early show.
All right. Yeah, I might. Oh, yeah. So what?
You might.
It's open to the public?
Of course.
Oh, I didn't know that. So what are the chances?
Release show, yeah.
I'm going to walk in. They're going to be like, no, you're not on the list. Off you go.
Right.
We have specific orders that you're on the other list of people not to let in.
That's when you show your only one leg.
Oh, that's true. I have one leg.
And then they'll let you.
They'll just feel pity for me.
Aww.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Go in and listen to the good music.
No, yes.
No, it's true.
Support the arts.
Oh, absolutely.
I got to pay the band.
Maybe I might try and do that. And what is it? And what goes on? Do you play? Are you guys playing the whole album, or is the album itself playing over the speakers while you're hanging out?
No, we're playing more than the album. It's a live show. It's a 5-piece band.
Right.
Nice.
And special guest Randy Driscoll, who's a singer from Nashville.
Okay.
And she's going to open with a couple of songs, and then she's going to sing with us. She'll be our featured vocalist.
Cool.
And it's my band. It's, Marcus Dembinski on keys, guitar, electric guitar, music director. Pedro Mila on drums, who's a Brazilian drummer, is amazing. And Sam Weber, my longtime bassist, on bass, and myself. And we have a video show going on in the back. We have a screen.
Nice.
And it's the Cutting Room. It's Steve Walter and Chris Noth owns it.
Right.
Oh,
yep.
cool.
Not the actor Chris Noth.
Yep.
And so you never know. Like you never know who's going to show up there. It's kind of a hang. And then afterwards, we're going to have a little party afterwards,
nice.
Right out front at the bar. So it's going to be a nice situation. Wow. A lot of interesting people will be there. As far as if everybody comes that told me they were coming, then
right.
we're going to have an interesting crowd.
Maybe I'll try and get Frank Walker to come with me. Maybe I'll try and drag him out.
I love that guy.
Oh, you're the one. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. So you mentioned before coaching, and I have it here that you've actually taught master classes at a lot of renowned schools, including the LIPA, the Liverpool Institute of the Performing Arts. Have you ever met McCartney?
No, but I saw him live at Madison Square Garden.
Oh,
right,
cool.
Because that's his school. That's why I asked that.
He's one of the founders.
Yeah. So I didn't know if maybe you met him and you had some insights on him. But you have worked with people like John Oates and Roger McGuinn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have those guys were they instrumental in any way in helping you move along, to give you any great advice or anything, or were they just dicks?
I think it was I mean a little bit of both. I mean McGuinn was very quiet. He was very shy guy. Doesn't talk much.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah,
he's very chill. He's very very sweet, very nice, very friendly, very polite. But not a conversationalist per se. But a beautiful voice. I mean, and still sounds like that. I mean, when I sung with him, it was a long time ago now. But that was a Martin guitar event. that I
okay.
sang at, and it was him and Roseanne Cash and Marty Stewart
Oh,
and
nice.
John Leventhal, Roseanne's husband,
Hmm.
Tom Bresh. That was a cool gig. And yeah, I mean, his voice is just a beautiful, beautiful instrument,
Yeah.
and
And nobody plays
very,
a
very
12,
nice guy.
and nobody plays a 12 string like he does.
Yeah, I mean, he made it famous with the Byrds.
Yeah, yeah.
His band with Crosby was in that band too, David
Right,
Crosby,
yeah.
right before Crosby still was in
That's
that.
right, yeah.
And yeah, Oates is cool. He's very very laid back muso type. Very nice man, very knowledgeable about music and music history. He's kind of a musicologist. He's
Oh,
a
no
smart
kidding.
guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's a funny story. So when I opened for him at the City Winery in Chicago, it's also several years ago now, but I think I might be doing another gig with him because I was just asked to do an event in Ohio, and he might be. I'm not allowed to say that yet, but I might be.
We won't tell
which
anybody.
Yeah, don't worry.
which would be cool. Yeah, no, this is not live, is it?
No.
Anyways, no one's ever going to watch this.
Right. That was my point. That's
Except
why I said
us.
don't. That's why I said don't worry. But I didn't want to make you feel like you
It's
wasted.
just us anyway, man.
He's like, I went through all that fucking vocal shit just to not have anybody hear me
You guys have
talk
like a
about
real
things I'm not supposed to
studio.
talk about.
It's like a real studio. It looks really pro.
Oh,
Oh yeah. No. It's a joke. Like,
We're at Governor's Comedy Club. This is
Right.
one of the premier comedy clubs in the whole country.
Yeah.
We got to get you here one of these days
love
to
it.
hang out and
Yeah, sure.
have
I'd
some
love
laughs,
to.
man.
I would love to, man.
Yeah.
So so talk about a laugh. So Oates. So I meet with him before his set, or was it? I don't remember. Anyway, I arrived and I was like, I'd also been on the road for a while and I was a little under the weather. And and we just hung out for a minute and talked because I'd sat in with him at the end with his band at the end of his set.
Right.
So he was like, let's do a song together at the end. You can come up for vocals, do the Daryl Hall vocal, and I was like, yeah, man, totally. I was like super excited about it, and but I actually was under the weather, and I was like, damn, it's like it sucks getting sick on the road, because it
bet.
affects as singers, it sucks because it affects your voice.
Right.
It's the worst possible thing that can happen. But it is what it is, like there's not much you could do about it. You just have to take care of yourself. So he was like, oh, so how was it? How was your? And I said, well, the first couple songs were rough, and then the adrenaline kicked in, and I was okay for the rest of the show.
Nice.
And he said, oh, adrenaline, I remember that.
Wow.
Is he still rocking the stash?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
as a man with
The
a mustache,
stash, Man with a mustache. Yeah.
I appreciate
Yeah,
John Oates is one of my influences.
He did shave it for a while. He didn't look right.
No, he didn't.
He just needed
He
it
looked
back.
like Gary Delabate from the Howard Stern
Howard
show.
Stern.
Yeah, no, he was cool. He was a cool guy.
All right, so gonna let you go in a second. I just wanted to ask one a serious question. Again, don't forget the cutting room tomorrow night. A serious question though. What's your take on like selling your music? Because I know the streaming services don't. They hardly pay a thing. And
Serious question. Isn't this supposed to be a comedy show?
Well,
we'll make fun of it later.
Yeah, yeah. After we're done, we'll make fun of you somehow.
This
We'll
is
find
just
something.
the groundwork.
Yes, please. I am German, so it's
Exactly.
wide open there.
I have, Andy's probably sick of me bringing it up, but I have a friend in England. His name is Elio Pace. He tours all over England, and he's getting around Europe a little bit. He does a Billy Joel show.
Great guy.
Yeah, and he's done the same thing with his original music. He's pulled all of his music off, even streaming services. He's pulled it off. He just sells off of his website, and obviously he's not selling as much because he's not on the streaming services. But he's making probably a little bit more money because he's getting a bigger percentage, or if not all of it, right? So.
Yeah,
and I know
it's
you're
a great
still
question.
Yeah, because you're still big on selling your CDs too. I know you autographed them.
yeah.
So is that kind of the thinking that you're trying to make more money? Is streaming like killing you? Like what's your take?
No, I don't. Look, when I started in the business, the internet was already there, and we already had iTunes. It was already all there.
Yeah.
So it was like I I kind of remember what it was like before, and I remember seeing when you remember Napster?
Yeah, of course.
All right, so like when Napster came up, I had just moved to New York and I was on tour with Jekyll and Hyde, the Broadway,
Yeah.
and Napster, and I was like, oh, this is great. I get access to all this music and it's free. Yay.
Right.
Like I remember thinking that. Little did I know that it would, destroy the business completely.
Yeah.
At least the merchandising part. But the irony is coming up. So I checked if I would if I maybe one of my songs is on there. I just started recording. I just started releasing records.
Mm-hmm.
And I found one of my songs on Napster, and I was like, damn, it's over.
Yeah.
It just as I'm beginning, it's
Right.
over. And so I immediately adjusted to that, and I just accepted it for what it is, because there's really nothing that you could do about it.
Good point.
You
Right.
can't,
Yeah.
you can't force people to buy something that's free,
Right.
except for if you make it special. And you have, like, vinyl is the biggest irony. Like with Surrender, I don't have a vinyl handy here at the moment, unfortunately, to hold up and show you, but
There's actually right on
yeah,
our.
I see it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's there. They can see it over there.
So there it is. Yeah. So we did vinyl, and they're selling like hotcakes.
Yep.
We sold so many. Like we did a limited pressing. We're almost out of it.
That's great.
Wow, nice.
So it's totally surprising. I think people buy the vinyl even if they don't have a record player. They just buy it
Right.
because they want to have like a specialty item.
Right.
And the vinyl is selling faster than CDs.
That's great. Wow.
So, but yeah, as far as streaming, no, I wouldn't. Why would I not allow access to that? I get it. Like, I get the political aspect of that, but it doesn't mean anything to someone like me. It's not a statement if I pull my music off of streaming services. What's that going to say? What's that going to do?
Well, and I guess, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the music business, any band, always made the bulk of their money from touring anyway, right? Or am I wrong?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, like the biggest thing we worry about is how do we get people into seats?
Right.
How do we sell tickets to the show?
Yep.
How do we make it a special event that people will enjoy and want to come to and travel to? Because it's a lot of energy to go to a show, and you have to spend money, and you have to leave your kids or get a babysitter or bring the kids or
Right. Which is why which is why the cutting room you'll be naked for the whole set.
I won't, but later on when I go home.
I love that. That sounded like a question. I won't.
All right. So so I'm going to let you
I
go.
wanted to dispel those rumors right away.
Get out ahead of this.
It's going to go on the internet. We'll be like, good, we got exposure. All right, so I'm going to let you go. I want you to rest your voice. You got gigs, you got stuff going on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Yes.
And all the best. And one of these days we'd love to get you in here. And I am going to try and get there Sunday. I hope to. So
let me know.
I will.
Let me know.
I will. Thank you so much for your time.
Guys,
all the best
man.
with Surrender.
Bravo, that was a lot of fun.
And hope to talk again sometime.
You got it. Anytime.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Bye, kids.
All right. Okay, there you go. Andy and I with Jann Klose. Hope you guys enjoyed that.
Yeah, that just happened right now.
I'll tell you what just happened right now. So, yeah, we got a lot. I got a lot to talk about with you
dude.
today.
And please, I told him to not tell me so that we can all find out at the same time.
Yeah. All right. So let me just again thank Jann Klose. If you're looking at the comments, JannKlose.com and Sunday night at the Cutting Room. Check out his music. He's all over YouTube and all over the streaming where you can stream your music. He really is. It's really some great music. So go check him out. We appreciate his time. We hope he comes back. Good guy.
Yeah.
So and thank you, Jann. So I guess the one thing I'll talk about. I just want to say if you just work hard enough and you persist, good things will happen, and hopefully things eventually click. Because and I bring that up for a few reasons. One reason, while I was playing you that clip of Jann Klose, I got a call. I mean, while we were sitting there, I got a phone call
When did that? No, I'm only kidding.
Yeah, right. How'd you get a phone call?
That
We're talking
wasn't a
to
phone
Jan.
call.
You're two places at once.
We were just talking to Jan Klose.
So it turns out Friday, June 2nd, I have to get some remote equipment together because it won't be happening here in the studio, but I'm going to be somewhere. I'm going to be having dinner and taping an interview with, you all right?
It's
those moms. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to be having a dinner and a dinner/interview with Mookie Wilson. Mookie Wilson. If anybody, you guys have been watching.
If you've seen this show once.
and you make it through the beginning with all the videos.
Let alone the hundreds of times that the show has aired. Watch more of the fucking shows.
Yeah.
But also, you'll notice in the beginning.
Yeah, Mookie Wilson does a little...
hey,
he
Tony.
helps us with the
How's it
intro.
going?
I have no connection to that man. That intro was...
Knock 'em dead. I hope I can get up there sometime.
Yeah,
But,
well, he
when
says
things are a little
sometime
different.
again. He says,
Yeah.
good deal. I got to, we had a lot of fun last time. I'm like, I've never met... Well, I've met him, but at autograph signings. He's never been on the show. I've never interviewed him. But, so I don't know where he got mixed up, but and I paid for that. It's not like I had a connection and he did that for me. I paid for that through Cameo. Yeah, so we're not really well connected here. But I persisted, and I
Dinner
know
and a conversation.
I know some people that have connections to him, and I've been asking them for a while, and then I saw that they're actually doing something. And I've talked about it a million times down here too. I'm heavily involved in the Police Athletic League. I'm the president of the Special Needs Unit. Last night, the PAL they have an annual gala, and it's a fundraiser. And gala.
Gala the apples.
Yeah, right. So gala, and it's a high-end thing. If you're in the PAL, thankfully you don't have to pay. So I didn't have to pay. It's $250 a head at this thing.
Boy, be the president just so you don't have to pay for the gala.
Oh yeah, pretty much. So so I think was it earlier yesterday? Might have been the day before. I saw something that the PAL is doing something with Mookie, like they're going to be hosting some kind of clinic.
That's cool.
So last night I went around to the people that I know at PALs. Who's doing this? Who's in charge? Who do I got to talk to? I eventually got to the right person who I know pretty well, luckily. His name is Tom, and I went to Tom. I said, you got to drop your pants right now. I'll do it. What do I got to do to get Mookie? And he was like, oh, really? Big Mookie fan? I said, my favorite Met of all time. I said, I've been trying to get him on my show for years. I said, what do I got to do? He said, oh, yeah, we can do that.
Nice.
Just like that. I was like, what? He's going to be, so it's in June. He's going to be in town on that Saturday to do a clinic. He was like, yeah, the day before. He goes, yeah, you do your show on Friday. So I'll get him in the day before. I'm like, just like that? He goes, at the very least, I'll get you a dinner with him the night before.
Yo.
Like, all right. I said, but then of course I want to get to the clinic too. But sure enough, and then he called me while we're playing the Jann clip, and he's like, yeah, so Friday night dinner. He says he's not going to be able to come into the studio, but he will do an interview with you while we're having dinner. I'm like,
Right.
Okay, all right. So yeah, I'm still kind of in a state of shock. It's going to be me, Mookie, this guy Tom, and another guy that works with Tom. So I'm going to be one of four having dinner with Mookie Wilson. Having
Mookie for dinner. Delicious. I will gain his power then.
So yeah, so that's pretty cool, and I'll record it and I'll play the clip that following Monday. So yeah, very excited. And I know I seem like a stalker. Or like a little kid, but
you don't seem like it. You won't.
I am. Yeah. I'm excited for the show. I love getting bigger names.
I'm super happy for you because
Thank you, man.
This is like you just knowing you, like this is a fucking really cool thing.
Yeah, this is always a big deal for me to get him. But I always like getting the bigger names in here because it helps the station. Like in fact, even this morning, Coffee with the Dog had Robert Klein this morning.
I'd watched a little bit of the Coffee with the Dog yesterday, and I'd seen that he was. But then I got into my habit of not watching Coffee with the Dog, and I'm not a quitter. is I guess what I'm saying.
I'm gonna watch it later. I'm too busy in the mornings.
No, I hear you. We had Jann Klose.
Exactly. So very excited about that, and that's huge though, man. Robert Klein.
No, it is. It's very.
How the hell did he get him? So I'm joking. So very excited about that. Very excited. Got a lot of great guests coming up. Megan Hanley's coming in on Tuesday. Joe Pontillo is coming in Thursday. Elio Pace is coming in Monday the 15th. Of course, Amy Rhiannon Worth will be here with him as well. Oh, and David Clark is going to come in. And he's good buddies with Elio, and they both have their Billy Joel shows. So David Clark's going to join us as well. David Clark, you've seen him. He's been in here a few times. He does a Billy Joel show as well. A lot of great stuff happening here. And and then the other reason, all right, so I need to talk to you guys, and like Andy pointed out a few minutes ago, we haven't even talked about it yet because I wanted to just talk about it live. I am talking a little bit out of turn, but I like discussing what's going on the show with you guys, and with you guys, everybody. So, and I have mentioned it in passing a few times. So, I was approached. I'm going to start at the beginning. I've been approached. I think it had to be almost a year ago at this point, by again with the PAL. One of the programs we have is a basketball program, and there's this guy who was bringing his son there. And I went up to him one day because his last name is the same name as my mother's maiden name. And it's not a common name. It's Celentano.
John Jacob
Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Yeah.
That's why I went up to him. I was like, hey, your name is my name too. And he said, whenever we go out. So I just was making small talk. It was like, hi, how you doing? I said, I just looked at the name here, at the roster. I said, I see you, Celentano. I go, it's not a common name. I said, it's my mother's name. And he wasn't very interested. So
I wouldn't be.
Yeah. So from there, it was just more like, hey, how you doing? In passing. But one day, we got a little friendly as time was going on. We'd start having conversations. He plays guitar, and he's a big Van Halen fan. So we, eventually started talking a little bit here and there. And one day, he came up to me, and he goes, hey, you do that podcast, huh? And I go, yeah. He goes, is it actually at Governor's? I go, yeah. He goes, all right. He goes, can I come in one day? I said, yeah, you want to promote your... He has like a band, like a bar band. Right. He goes, oh, no. He goes, I don't want to be on the show. I was like, oh, fuck you. So he just goes, no, I just want to check the studio out.
Right.
I'm like, all right, whatever. So he comes in one day after one of the shows, comes in, sits down. He's looking at the computer here, and he's asking questions about the whole setup. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, maybe that's why he wanted to see it. Right. He's knowledgeable. So we're just talking about that stuff for a few minutes. Then finally he goes, I'm in TV. And in my head, I wanted to, in my head, I'm like, how the fuck would I know that? So I just said, no, I didn't know that. He goes, yeah. He goes, I've brokered some deals. It's not really what his company does, but they've kind of gotten into it as like a side thing where they broker deals to get shows like on local stations, not a cable access thing, but just local programming. And he said to me flat out, he goes, we're not talking about prime time. We're not talking about, 10 a.m. Ellen, 4 p.m. Oprah, or even, 11 o'clock Letterman. He goes, I'm talking like Sundays at 6 o'clock type stuff.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, all right, well, I'll take it. I'm happy with that. And I know our friend Donna Drake, who I absolutely adore, her show is on Sundays, I think at 6:30. And, so it's not major, but it's enough. She makes her money. She gets her exposure. And it's led to a lot of great things for her. So this guy says, he goes, yeah, I think I can make your show work, like that. And I'm like, holy crap. Like, I didn't see this coming. I was like, really? And he goes, oh, yeah. He goes, we'd have to do things. We can't just air it as is. We can't have the cursing, first of all. And we're talking a half hour a week.
Fuck.
Right. So I was like, yeah, I'm in. And he said, we're not talking a week from now. He goes, things like this take a long time. He goes, and again, it's not my main focus. His business is advertising on TV. That's, I think, their main focus. And I know just they do like they do a ton of stuff with the Super Bowl, so again, that's their main bread and butter. But this is something that he's looking into. and he said he has some shows that he's already brokered a deal for. There's some show that plays in various markets in the South, a farming show. He says it's a hit down there.
So
and that's,
porn. Southern porn.
Yeah, right. So as months went on, we'd talk maybe once every 2 or 3 months, and eventually it became, send me some shows, send me some examples. It's like, okay. And I was pushing Don's top fives as well. I was like, because we were talking as
well. Here's the most viewed top 5 Don's ever done. Is the anti-comedians with Andy Plagainos.
Well, there you go. Yes. Hello, Liz Batapede. Fremder.
Hey.
Oh, Fremder. John Jacobs Schmidt is my name too. Sounds like identity theft. Okay. So, so as we were talking through the months, sometimes it would come up like, he was like, yeah, we would, oh, you know what it was? He said, he kind of was starting to shift a little bit. Instead of local TV stations, he goes, maybe, he said that he was possibly going to get into streaming, and he might have some streaming services where our show, like a comedy channel, like that would fit in nicely. So now he was starting to investigate that. And that's when I said, well, I have more than one show at this station. And I know, and I've had some conversations with Mark Riccadonna. Mark Riccadonna makes movies. He's always making a series of some sort. Like, that guy is nonstop. So I talked to him, and he's like, oh, yeah, I'd love to be a part of that. So, and this gentleman was, oh, yeah, absolutely. I if I'm going to push this, he goes, I can really use some content. So that's when I started pushing Don's top 5s a little bit. I said, all right, let's start with, of course, I'm not going to take away from myself. So I said, yeah, you're going to start with me, great. But also check out Don. So he took a bunch of examples of me and Don, and he loved it. So then he came back to me and said, okay, half hour a week. He goes, but we're going to need to edit stuff. So, and of course, again, with cursing, I'm like, all right, fine. I can easily take, if it's 1 hour, a half hour a week, and I'm on 4 days a week, I can easily, if I wanted to do it that way, take a half hour from that week, or even a half hour from each show.
Yeah.
I can easily, do it without having curses on there. So time has gone on. So we just met this week, and things are moving. Things are moving to the point where we're talking contracts. And again, I'm just being honest with you guys. Who knows? I may never see the contract. He may be stroking me. I have no reason to believe he's stroking me. We do have some mutual friends, coincidentally, who, of course, I went back to, and they were like, oh, yeah, this guy's on the up and up. He's a great guy. Yeah. But still, I mean, who knows? Deals could fall apart. In fact, there's a ton of comedians here that, have had some kind of sitcom deal at one point in their lives, and nothing ever came of it. Right. That's like a common thing around here. And I'm fully aware that I'm in that boat. This may never turn into anything. But, of course, right now I'm getting pretty excited about it. So, so he said to me, so not only a contract within the next week, he said he might even have a deal, like one deal done to get me started by the end of the month.
Jeez,
and I'm like, whoa. So he said, start editing your episodes. So
F&A.
What's that? F&A.
I'm just trying to make it easy on you.
So, and then, and this is just to get me started. He said, there's nothing with top 5s yet. But again, this is just to get the ball rolling, to see where it goes, to see if it has traction. And he's going back to the original deal where he's looking to get some local markets, some content. He still wants to do the streaming. That's not really anywhere ready yet. So that could be some time.
Step by step.
Right. So he just wants to get something going in the meantime.
Right.
Just to see how it works out. So my show is going to be the guinea pig. And plus it's nice because, if we make some kind of deal, I can.
Let's hope that this guinea pig doesn't end up with how that last guinea pig you had was.
Which one? I've had several.
Up your ass.
Well, with the watch.
Butt. Up your butt.
Yeah, exactly. So I was telling all this to Don the other day, discussing all the details with him. And Don suggested, which I think I'm going to, this is why I'm bringing it up with all you guys, because I think I'm going to try this. Don suggested, he personally thinks each show, 4 shows a week, each show should be its own.
Right.
So I'd be able to put together, 4 half-hour shows in 1 week, 2 hours of content, which would give me would just bank me, if I,
technically, there's 6 hours
a week
that
right.
is every week
that I'm turning into 2.
Take 2 out of that. That is totally doable.
Right.
Yeah.
And then if I'm going to take off some days or like between Christmas and New Year's, I take that whole week. So I'll have plenty of stuff banked for the time I take off. So I'm like, yeah, this is a great idea. So Don also suggested doing the first 20 to 25 minutes of the show every day at 11, just doing right off the bat, make that what's going to be
just
the show.
Set up and use it for yourself. For
sure. Where we would actually have to do like 10 minutes and then say, all right, we'll be right back. And then I play a video, but of course they'd have to edit it and put their own commercial in. But that's what this guy wants. He's he goes, I want to be able to, because a 22, a half-hour show is 22 minutes when you add in all the commercials and stuff.
This hour has 22 minutes. Is a fake news show in Canada.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, that's like, what was that? 10-10 wins. Give us. What was it? Didn't they say give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world?
Yes. Back in the day it was you give us 10 minutes, we'll give you the
10
world.
minutes, right.
But then yes, it did change over the traffic on the ones.
Right.
Pre-GPS.
Yeah, exactly. So so Don suggested doing and making it very quick and high energy, and he used Elio and David coming in next Monday as an example. He's like, do a Billy Joel thing, maybe even get like these little toy keyboards, make them play, maybe do some Billy Joel trivia. He goes, make it a lot of fun stuff going on for the first 20, 25 minutes. Then you stop and again, do the, we'll be right back. More with Elio and David to come. That type of stuff.
Then we're back.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And then from 11:30 on is, the bonus content that you just see on YouTube, and it's the usual format, which basically is no format, where we're just bullshitting and cursing.
Free Association Friday.
Right. So so that's what Don suggested I do. I'm seriously thinking that is what I'm going to do. Just start the show that way.
Yeah.
And then, so the last hour of the show would be just the normal stuff. Tuesday trivia would be, I usually do that after 11:30 anyway. The usual stuff where we're sitting here bullshitting. And, we can get a little more...
Yeah, all that special stuff that we save for the end.
Exactly. Fremder, is the show still going to have the 15-minute long intro? No. No, that's what I'm saying. I would probably just start the show with the opening, with the Knock 'em Dead comedy song. And then when I say we'll be right back, I'll probably play one of those videos then.
Oh, God, what I was saying earlier.
Right, which is why I said to you,
Now it makes sense that it came up.
And again, they'll edit that later and they have their own commercials. But, I'll play those videos then. And I'll probably, after the 20, 25 minutes, I'll probably play another video there, take a quick break. So I can take a little breather because this is going to take a little getting used to for me.
Booking it?
And
then F&A.
Right, exactly.
Shit.
I know it's going to be an adjustment.
Wait, it's 11:57. Fuck, just dick motherfucker. Pussy piss. Dick.
Boy cock, little girl cock, E-I-E-I-O. That was from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh.
Girl cock, boy cock, E-I-E-I-O. That's what it was. That's the one. Did you ever watch that?
I didn't really know.
There was an episode where Larry was investing in a restaurant, and there were a few other business partners in it. And they get this world-renowned chef. He's going to be working there. And it's one of those types of places where you can see the chef as he's doing his thing. But what Larry doesn't know until the grand opening, because he was kind of loosely involved in the whole planning.
Right.
He goes to the grand opening. It's a big event. There's tons of people there. And he finds out that this chef has Tourette's. And he had no idea.
Nice.
And it turns out none of the, I think only one investor knew. The other ones didn't. So they're like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? So they decide that if he starts to curse, they'll then curse too and make it look like that's part of the...
Right. That's an old game, yeah.
Right. So sure enough, he starts cursing. So Larry yells something, and then sure enough, different people throughout the whole, and then one guy just yells out, girl cock, boy cock, E-I-E-I-O. Why that stuck with me all these years, I have no idea. I thought that was hilarious.
That's
and it's
taking space.
Well, there's a lot of space in there because I have a big head with nothing in it.
Stop. It's got stupid shit like that.
Exactly. Tell Mookie he owes you the money from the last signature that you paid him for.
Oh, no, it sounds like Tony will get it back. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Not from Mookie, but
and let's do this because it's going to be the first week of June, this dinner. So we got a good amount of time. So if anybody, except Fremder, has any questions for Mookie, no, I'm kidding. If anybody wants me to ask about anything in particular to Mookie, throw it my way, and I'll see if I can work some stuff in. So, so there you go. Gen Z B, new format. Y'all syndicating? Who's Gen Z B? Is that Snortland?
Jib. Oh, God, they think they're talking to all women. No, I'm talking about the my text messages
I know what you're talking
keep
about.
fucking
Getting.
getting.
I'm not sure who Gen Z B is, but there is a chance that we're going to be syndicating. It's a chance. Nothing is set in stone. It's nothing past the discussion stages, but the latest discussion definitely had some legs to it. Oh, it is Snortland. Hello, Jen. It had some legs to it, so as opposed to me. I'm going to be there's going to be a new format to this show. Thank you. That I'll probably start doing it next week. Like maybe Thursday. Because Monday I'm taking off. I'm not going to be here Monday. And then Tuesday is Tuesday trivia with Hugh, and Megan Hanley will be here. So I might wait. Yeah, I'll probably wait till Thursday to try doing the format that way. You all right there?
I can't anymore. I'm not leaving it. I need to. It's like.
There's a way to pause yourself from it.
Mute or some stupid shit like that.
So there you go. That's the news.
Mute.
That's our news, and hopefully it'll work out. If it does syndicate, hopefully that turns into some bucks for my pocket, but bigger things for the studio. And I'm just throwing it out there, man.
No bucks in your pocket.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm thinking of deer.
So like a young buck in my pocket. You were just going the pedophile route.
No, you said bucks. I figured you have sex with fully adult deer. I didn't say anything about bestial pedophilia.
My father died from hitting a deer. So, so I will have sex with deer.
That's how I work out my emotions.
Excited to see the advertising. Good luck, says Jen. Thank you. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm hoping between advertising and whatnot, this will turn into money. It'll turn to an exposure. We can do bigger things. Exposure for the show.
So that entire interview, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I kept my mouth shut.
You did.
So.
But I think he would have welcomed it if we had more time. If we weren't pressed for time.
And that's but he also had just woken up.
Right.
Like he had this whole thing happening.
Do you walk out of the woods upset and says to the deer, "That's the last time I do that for $2." Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
No, I think you spelled deer right the first time there, pal. Yeah.
Oops,
so,
deer.
right? I think that he was correcting himself, but he spelled it right the first time.
I don't care.
All right. So
I'm trying to figure out how to get past this.
All right. So I got some funny stories for you.
Ooh.
So, nice. I wanted to share with you some stories from one story from last week when I went to North Carolina.
Oh yeah, dude, biscuits. Why didn't you just get fucking biscuits?
Oh, so I did tell the story on the air.
You just told it the other day. I
the
heard
the buttered roll.
And the
I
hamburger.
did tell it. I didn't remember telling.
And I'm like, biscuits, dude.
Well, Don was telling me biscuits the whole trip. We got
biscuits
breakfast
and sweet tea.
Yeah, he kept telling, and we were like, I think we were in. We might not have even been in North Carolina anymore.
Probably in Virginia, yeah.
I think we're in Virginia, maybe. I'm not positive, but yeah, like it was already out of my head. Like I'm heading home. So yeah, because Don texted me this morning out of nowhere, and he goes, "Dude," he goes, "I was just thinking about you and the buttered roll." He goes, "I'm sitting here laughing my ass off." And I even said to him, "I'm not sure if I told that story yet. I got to tell it today."
You got to get the biscuits and gravy.
Woo! I know that's all he kept saying. Biscuits is big down there. I blew it. I didn't have any
the
biscuits.
Sausage gravy, the white sausage gravy.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Nah.
That used to be my drunk food. I wouldn't get the biscuits. What I get, it was like a couple of hash browns,
right,
with the gravy on it, and I put hot sauce on that. Oh my God, food of the gods.
Really?
And then have knock back a bunch of sweet teas. Anyway,
so I ended up getting a hamburger roll with butter, which is so weird. But then
you should have stopped at Bojangles.
That's exactly where. Yeah, we were right. Our hotel was right near Bojangles.
You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a Bojangles down there.
Right. Yeah.
And you go in, you get a couple of biscuits.
I was very upset that I forgot about biscuits. I was also upset that we did not hit a Hardee's.
Hardee's is kick-ass, but Hardee's is throughout the country. Carl's Jr., all that, yeah. The Hardee's breakfast sandwiches are legit.
Well, Hardee's here on Long Island, Hardee's eventually became Roy Rogers. And I miss the hell out of Roy Rogers up here. I used to love their food. So I was looking forward to hitting a Hardee's, right. And we didn't do that either. So I was upset, and I screwed up. I upset that I missed the biscuits, and then I was like, what in the world am I eating? A hamburger bun with butter. But then I thought I'd save myself by ordering an English muffin with butter, only to get the English muffin with butter, but not toasted. And then I went to Don. I go, is this how they do it down here? What the fuck is this?
No,
and he said, no, that's a mess up.
They were like, this guy is super weird.
Don't.
So let's just give him the most weird way to have this.
Well, I don't know if you saw the show yesterday, but
I watched a bit. Yeah,
Brandon
I was actually cleaning my car while I was listening.
Oh,
but go ahead.
Brandon Lacaruba came up with an idea, and I begrudgingly have agreed to it. He's going to bring in a different food every week, and I have agreed to try it. And then I instantly regretted it because the first thing he said he's going to bring is an egg sandwich with bacon and cheese. And cheese is probably the food I hate the most. So I'm like...
It doesn't really have very nice things to say about you either.
And I'm fine with that. Totally fine with that.
I got to be honest. I'm sort of on cheese's side of this.
I don't blame you. Cheese has more personality. Cheese is funnier, especially cutting the cheese.
Cheese definitely tastes better.
Yes. Well, right. And you would know. There are no Kaiser rolls in the South, says Carol, which is why I'll never move down there.
Yeah.
Too many beers makes me dip my biscuits in gravy.
You know what my favorite thing about, well, and I say favorite because I'm being super sarcastic. Favorite thing about like living somewhere else or going to visit somebody who's in the South or anywhere else in the country, and it's like somebody from here, and they go, "Oh, I gotta bring you to our bagel place. The guys are from New York, and I swear they must ship the water in from New York." And then you go to the place, and you're like, "This is fucking terrible." And then they're like, "It's the closest thing we can get." No. The first thing you said to me was like, "You gotta come." They'll often say it's the closest thing to New York bagels. To which I'm like, unless it's a New York bagel, I don't want it.
Right. I don't care how close it is.
Yeah.
Don't give it to me.
There were these guys, and they were from Brooklyn. They opened up a pizzeria in Goldsboro, and it was like the
closest, that's where we were.
It was Goldsboro?
I'm sorry.
No, you were in Carborough, which is the other side of 95.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And these guys opened up, and I went there, and I was like, all right, this isn't like normal pizza that you get in the South, but it's still not good.
Right.
So when people would come to visit, I wouldn't say, you got to come to the thing that isn't as terrible as everything else.
Right.
I'm not even going to bring you there. We'll go to Bojangles and get a couple of biscuits, some fried chicken. The Chinese place was fantastic, actually, in in Goldsboro. But, yeah, transplant. We used to ask people, and my mother actually, or maybe it was my brother, bought the containers. They were like special Tupperwares that you can buy, that you can fit a half dozen or to a dozen bagels in, and it seals. And it's funny because my brother was like, yeah, everybody gave me a dirty look because I got like all garlic and everything bagels.
Right. We did that with Mark White once. We sent him... He asked us to send him a bunch of Kaiser rolls. I think it was Kaiser rolls. And we did. We sent him a bunch.
Yeah, when he was in Texas or when he was in Washington?
I want to say Texas, but I'm not sure.
Where Portland or was
Yeah.
it wherever he was? Yeah. That's those places are great. You know what? Raise my taxes. The bagels and the pizza are worth it.
Yeah. Right. I say it all the time. I know New York is a dump, but I freaking love it here. I just love it here. If you want it toasted, you have to tell them slowly. They don't understand New Yorkese. Yeah, there was a point. I forget if it was when I was getting the breakfast. There was something. I did actually have to talk slowly to somebody, and I don't remember why. I may have even told it the other day, and I've already lost it. But Brandon is most definitely interested in how your mouth tastes things, says Brenda. Brandon actually said, too, because, we were talking, too, yesterday, how everywhere else in the country. Oh, I know. I had to talk slow at McDonald's because they kept screwing up my burgers. I went because,
I heard that part, yes.
Yeah,
right.
and because they screwed up twice. They screwed up my burger. And, I didn't know how it was that hard. I didn't know it was hard to understand. Nothing on it. And I don't stop there. I say meat and bun, no cheese, no nothing.
It
meat
happens
and
here.
Bun.
It happens here.
Oh, it happens here too. Absolutely.
It took us a long time when my daughter was when Charlotte was pre-vegetarianism, but now she's out of it again. Oh. But she would only want the patty, and I don't think you understand how hard it is for the ComSwag graduates, I'm guessing, because it was the Port Jeff station.
But that's my point. That's
McDonald's.
why I don't just say plain burger.
Yeah.
Plain burger, no cheese, just meat and bun. I say that every time I order my food.
Oh, but see, the best is shades of my mother being like, "You're the one that likes raisins, right?" Is my wife when she orders Wendy's cheeseburgers for Charlotte.
Yeah.
Because Charlotte just wants the cheese, the burger, and the bun.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
And she'll just go, "Could I get a Dave single?" And I'm like,
no.
If I'm saying, and nothing on it. Why are you not?
Right.
Like just the cheese and the what? Why are you not ordering the thing that your child wants?
Right. And why is she doing it that way?
I don't know. Probably was she trying to generate that like inherent hate we all have for our mothers, for things that they decide to just pass over.
I used to hang out with this girl in school. Janet Sullivan was her name, or is her name, I should say.
You don't know. She might be married.
Well, true. But Sullivan's still there somewhere. So she was one of six. Six? I believe it was six.
She was number one of six? Or was
she was
3 of 6?
She was second to last.
Okay, so 5 of 6.
But there were at least 6. They may have been 1 or 2 more. I forget now. But I used to laugh my ass off because sometimes the father would, we'd all go to, if I was hanging out. She was dating my best friend, Joe Murphy. And so sometimes if they were going to McDonald's, something we'd tag along or something. And the father would be like, all right, what does everybody want? And they'd all be like, you just hear this, warbling of noise because everybody's yelling what they want at once. And then he just turns to the guy at the counter and he would go, I'll take 8 cheeseburgers and 8 fries. He didn't, and it was almost like I think he did it on purpose just to amuse himself.
Probably, it was for himself, yeah.
He would totally just ignore what's being yelled at him.
That's like a hardcore dad move right there.
Oh, yeah, this guy was no nonsense. He was a real man's man. But, so I don't know where we were. So I'm just going to read comments. So I was talking slowly to the McDonald's lady in North Carolina after she got it wrong the second time. And said, nothing on it, nothing, no cheese, nothing.
So did you stay in Carborough or did you actually go to Greensboro or one of the other
We were in Carborough.
Areas?
We were in Carborough. We drove about, half hour, 45 minutes the next morning, Sunday morning, to visit Don's oldest.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
He's closer to the triangle, isn't he?
We were definitely Is Carborough part of the triangle?
It's outside of, but it would probably be culturally or spiritually.
Yeah, because we
were on the other side of Durham. I'm pretty sure
we were very close to Duke University.
Yeah, Durham. That's Durham.
Okay, because I remember him saying at one point, I believe while we were at Duke, he said something about us being in the triangle, and we stopped at Duke quickly and walked around for maybe 15 minutes, and then that was like all the time we had to spare. But where his daughter is, I have no idea. So I drove about 30 to 45 minutes away to visit his daughter and I have absolutely no clue where that was.
Yeah, because the triangles, triangle is 3 points.
Right.
Raleigh, Durham, and Cary are, I believe, what's considered the triangle, because right in the middle is the airport. Carborough is, like I said, just outside, and that's why I thought maybe you would have stayed in Greensboro, because it would have been...
No. Now, I think Don, he lived in Raleigh and Cary while he was...
Yeah, Cary is North Carolina for Long Island transplants.
Oh, okay.
I went through the mall there once with my ex-wife. We were walking down, and all of a sudden I just heard the most horrific Long Island accents right behind me.
Oh, really?
And I whipped around, and my ex, who's Canadian and didn't understand, and I was like, "Oh my God, these girls must have just moved here."
Oh, really?
Because they were, it was thick. Let's go get some coffee. I was like,
that's funny.
I mean, it's the kind of thing.
I'm home, my people.
I had been in for about 6-7 years, and we had been there for about a year at that point.
Right. Yeah. I know he said when we went to his daughter's, he said it's not out of the way. He said it was kind of on the way back.
Well,
so I don't know.
Probably Cary or Raleigh, because Raleigh would be, or just the other side of Raleigh and whatnot.
I remember when my first wife she had family in Ohio, so whenever we went there, I would get those looks because I stood out with my accent. People, whoa, where are you from? You know. Yeah. So. Yeah, so that was the whole story with the with that. Oh, Vicky says she drives 6.5 hours to get her bagel boss. Yeah. New York bagels are delicious, says Fremder. Even the homeless can't stop taking them out of the garbage. Oh, that's funny. This is why it's good to have AI when you order food, so that at least you'll get your bagel the way you want it. No, you won't. I'm going to disagree with that. Carolina, I am so mad that I am gluten-free and can't eat a Bagel Boss bagel or have a Kaiser when I come up.
You will have the Kaiser.
What is that a choice, Carol, or is it is there a medical reason behind that?
Well, she said gluten free, so it's very likely she's a celiac.
Well, no, some people choose to be gluten free. That's why I'm asking. They just feel healthy, health wise, it's better for them. You look totally like Groucho when you did that.
Well, thank you very much, Tony Walker.
Fremder. What? I used to live in...
my Carborough.
Vicky,
at least you could have spelled Carborough correctly.
Yeah, true. Vicky has lived in Rochester for over 25 years, and it will always be coffee. Yeah.
Well, again, I will go back to the way to cancel the New York accent is to smile when you speak. Coffee.
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 Creek. Roof. Coffee. Roof. Roof.
I think that's weirder than the accent, though.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Andy is right. Health reasons. Autoimmune disorder.
There you go.
Damn it, Carol.
I know these things.
Carol, what can I get you while you're here? Carol's nice enough to get me the Buc-ee's all the time. I got to do something nice for Carol. Carol has been super nice to me through the years. She had her class reunion. She graduated a year after me from Hicksville. There you go. And when they had their... What was it, your 30th reunion? I think it was their 30th reunion. She calls me up. She's like...
Well, that's impossible. They haven't hit their 30th yet. Look at her.
I know. I don't know how that happened.
He's a smoothie.
That was a good one.
He's a smoothie.
That's a loaded question, she says. Damn straight, Carol. Yeah, when they had their 30th reunion, she calls me up. She says, you got to come to this. This is going to be great. I'm like, it wasn't my class. She goes, no, you got to come. And I've seen that. Some people,
no,
if they graduate around that time,
all the
they'll
pathetic people go to other people's.
But I wasn't terribly close with.
Yeah.
I mean, I have some close friends, but not enough that I would go.
Yeah.
And a lot of close friends I did have from that class weren't even going. So I'm like,
right.
But then out of nowhere, she's like, well, I bought you a ticket and you don't have to pay me back. You're just coming. I'm like, what the? So I was like, all right.
Wow, that's really hot. Carol makes you come.
Oh, that goes without saying.
Nice.
So I went, and I had a great time hanging out with your husband, who didn't even graduate from Hicksville. He's not even a New Yorker, but I spent most of my time with him. But I had a great time. So my point is, Carol is always so nice to me, and
you were running interference on the old man, so she could run around and party girl it up.
She did,
nice.
You know, she did disappear several times.
That's game respecting game, Carol.
At one point, I think she showed up. She came back in with different clothes. No, I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding. Yeah. So, no. In all seriousness, I got to do something. Oh, see that? She's blowing you kisses. Nice. Yeah, I got to do something nice for Carol. So I did offer, because she's coming in a few weeks. I did offer to maybe just bring her here to the club to see a show or something. I don't know, but I'm like, I got to do better than that.
What's the least thing I can do?
No, she likes comedy and stuff. I thought it'd be a fun
yeah,
night out.
yeah.
I don't know. All right, so the other story I got. So I mentioned, I was talking about Mookie. I mentioned the PAL, and I mentioned the gala. The gala. So last night, so by total coincidence, I'm involved in the PAL, and where my mother works for an accounting firm, and they're the accounting firm for the National County PAL. Total coincidence.
Oh my God, this is total coincidence. I'm not normally a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, where are you going with this?
How did you become president?
Yeah, right. Actually, there used to be several people who'd be like, "Oh, you in, son?" No, I'd say no. So, and my mother's been at this accounting firm for like, I don't know, like 800 years. Like literally, I think what was it?
Methuselah.
I think it was like 1979. I think she started, like late 70s, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
And there's a woman she works with, Donna, who's also actually, I think she's been there before my mother, if I'm not mistaken.
Showed her the ropes.
Yeah, but at least around the same time she started it. In fact, I take that back. Donna. Yeah, I think it has been longer than my mother. Donna, because Donna was at the gala. And I asked her, I said, how long you been here? I think she said 46 years.
Donna at the gala.
Donna Gala.
Donna at the gala.
Donna Gala at the Donna
at the gala.
Donna having dinner at the gala.
Donna at the gala. Sounds like another name.
Sounds like an Italian girl. Yeah. I dated that girl from Brooklyn. Donna at the gala.
Donna at the gala.
Donna at the gala.
You know, the Sicilian at the galas. Not the Napolitanis. I'm talking about the Sicilianos.
So, yeah, she said, she's coming up on 47 years at this damn place.
Wow.
So,
so that would be 1975. Well, 76.
You were a baby.
I was born in 1975. So
right, that's why I said you were a baby.
Make that, well, if she's coming up on 47, that's what I'm saying. I wanted to correct myself. 46 years.
So, I'm talking to Donna, right? And I go to her table, because we weren't at the same table. I go to her table, and I'm talking to her, and so she's sitting, and I'm leaning like this. No, it's all right. It's okay. Relax. So I'm leaning like this as I'm talking to her, right? And so my arm is out. It was actually my right arm, but it's leaning against the chair. And I also...
Don't worry. They see it in reverse.
See, if Lisa Malazzi was here, she'd read this backwards for you. Kurt
Payash.
That was pretty, I'm not even going to attempt that. That was good. So my arm is against the chair as I'm leaning down to talk to her. And all of a sudden, I just start feeling... So I look over, and there's this lady, look like probably around 60, give or take. And I just went... And she goes, oh, don't worry. Because she was like trying to like skirt by. There was a table behind me. She goes, don't worry. I was just kind of just balancing myself with your arm. And first thought was, I just bitched on the air about this, how my mother, leans in and damages me. But this one wasn't putting all of her weight on, so it was okay. But it was just like, she goes, but then she goes, but since my arm is there, she goes, ooh. And I'm like, lady, are you hitting on me? Just like that. And she goes,
well, now I have to charge you. That would be what
But thankfully, Donna was there to witness this. And she's like, even she's looking. And, so the woman literally was like going like this for a minute. Right. And she said something about it feels good or it feels... She didn't say it feels good, but she said something along those lines.
I used to have something like that stuck up in me. Have you ever heard of the Fist of Adonis?
But she did.
So do you think I could get up here? I think I could get up here.
You got 30 seconds to stop that. So
that's you called your weenus, by the way.
And then she did. And then she asked me if she can be my puppet. No, sorry. So, and then she just walked away. Like, she actually stood there for a second, like feeling my arm up and down, and then she walked away. And Donna was hysterical. Donna's always been good like that. She laughs. You say hi, and she laughs.
Right.
She's good like that. But yeah, I was
She's
just
all like, help me.
Yeah.
Help me.
That's what it was. I turned to Donna. I go, I have never met this woman in my life. I have no idea who that was. And I think she thought initially that I may have known this woman, so we were joking. Right. But I had no idea who this woman was, and she like got off on my arm for a minute there.
That's hot.
Yeah, yeah. There's my mom. Started in 1981. Oh, Donna's only job since high school. No kidding, really?
Well, there you
go. That's ridiculous. That's stupid. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. It's only job. Wow. Really? You started. So my mother. You've been there 42 years. Oh my goodness.
Cheese and crackers.
That's
I'm practicing.
Oh, thank you for that. Yeah. Thank you. Donna at the Gala says, from there, is she related to Danny? I got a guy. Yeah, right. Exactly. All right. So I've been yapping my ass off the whole time. Did you have anything that you wanted to? Yeah, it's off. Was there anything that you?
Not really. I don't really have.
And are you performing anywhere this weekend?
Tomorrow night I'm at the Red Zone for this roast thing, where there's 8 of us. There's going to be a bucket that has our names in it, and we won't find out who we're up against until
moment.
John Butero will pull the names.
That's
and
tough.
We'll go up against you. Well, you had to write 42 jokes, right? 6 per person, because it's going to be 5 per person and 1 overtime joke.
Oh my
But
goodness.
the problem is you're only going to use at maximum 18 out of 42 jokes,
right? Yeah.
Which is prohibitive, and it's so funny because there's so many. Like there are 5 out of the 7 people that I'm very close to, or at least I know really well, and I immediately was able to write jokes for them. And there's 2 that it is difficult, especially one of them. But I have been able to write like 3 jokes. I was actually talking to Rob White because he's going to be on it as well, and I was like, why don't we just pool our jokes for that guy?
I was just about to say that
because. He's going to be bringing people, so he's going to get some kind of reaction. But I'm like, why don't we, But then if he beats one of us, we're screwed.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going to draw the guy first round, so I need to have the 6 jokes ready to go. And they're not the 3 that I have written right now are not very good.
Oh yeah.
They're going to be passable. It's going to be what it is,
right?
But I am going to be very, very, and I know none of them are actually watching this. I'm going to be vicious,
good, as you should be.
Like my goal is to get people to cry.
Nice. Just show them your penis,
especially Pat Dunn.
Why?
No, or Pat Dunn, Nick Wilkinson, people I very much like. And then people I don't like Allison Persky. She's the only woman on the show. So, but I have
Fremder's roasting you right now. He says it was nice hearing Tony talk for a change today. What Andrew talks, I'm not sure if I get smarter or just lose brain cells. Because I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, I'm praying for your losing brain cells, particularly the ones that are like your your automatic systems, like breathing. Well, so hopefully you're losing your breathing.
But you lose points on a roast when you don't word it properly.
Oh, yeah, no.
It should be when Andrew talks.
Syntax and grammar here.
Right.
Is,
he wrote, what Andrew talks.
What Andrew talks, I'm not sure if I get smarter or just lose brain cells because I don't know what he's talking about.
And now he just called us idiots. He said, that was a compliment, you idiots.
You know what? I've been called better by worse.
Yeah. Take that.
Worse by better. That's it.
Take that, Andrew Fremder. Trying to think. Monday I'm not here. Monday I'm taking the day off. Tuesday I'll be here with Megan Hanley and Hugh. Thursday is Brandon and Joe Pontillo. Do I have anybody Friday? Other than you, of course. Because I'm wondering if maybe should we invite Fremder in next Friday?
I believe doesn't he not have a open invite?
True.
But he's also one of those weirdos who's like, no, you have to specifically tell me.
Right, that's kind of what I'm thinking. All right, Fremder, let me know if you want to come join us next Friday.
Every time I see Fremder, I think Oingo Boingo. Because he looks like Danny Elfman.
Yeah, I see that. A little bit. Yeah, I get it. All right. All I was saying is that you guys have very intelligent conversations.
Man walking.
That's not what you were saying at all, and plus that's just not true. Pusha.
I've always loved those sounds.
That's what was that guy's name? Victor Borga.
Oh yeah.
He always did that.
That was, and you know that one brings me back to like when being at my grandparents, and if he ever had like a special on like ABC or something like that.
He was funny.
My grandparents would be like, "We're putting this on."
Yep. My brother. I think my brother Frank did. I think my brother met him once.
Kerfuffle. Kerfuffle. Fuffle. Fuffle. Kerfuffle.
Them
K-E-R.
fighting words to have Fremder on and the smart Andy in the same room. Oh, Frank is there, and he did. Yes, he did meet Victor Borga once.
Frank Walker.
Then some fighting words, and to have Fremder and the smart Andy. It's not the first time. You guys have been in the same room before and been on this show before at the same time. And Carol, when are you coming on? I think is it the following weekend that you're gonna be in town, I believe. So and then so that Friday. So you'll have Fremder next Friday possibly, and then hopefully Carol the following Friday.
Oh,
that'll be cool.
It's a lot of sex.
Nice. Mostly with Fremder, of course. Yeah. All right, we're out.
I don't care.
Everybody, have a great weekend. Don't forget on the YouTube channel tonight, Donversations. He is talking to North Carolina comic Sean Patrick Flynn. That's at 8 o'clock on the YouTube channel. We're still not sure if we're doing Green Room tomorrow night. We're working on it. We're going to try because Tom Cotter is in here, and we both love Tom Cotter a lot. So we're going to try. So if we do it, I'll post something that it's coming. If not, have a great weekend. Not going to be here Monday, so we'll see you Tuesday. Megan Hanley, Hugh Murray for Tuesday Trivia. Everybody's saying goodbye. Carol says she will be here as long as Andy is there, too. Which Andy? This one, right? All right. Okay. Everybody have a great weekend. Thank you, pal.
Thank you.
See you next week. And, that's it.
See you next Tuesday.
Exactly. Don't forget, May 15th is the premiere of Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling. It's their third season, but their first season right here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. Mark Riccadonna, Richie Byrne. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bartlett, ladies and gentlemen.
Rob Bartlett! Rich Voss is here. Rich Voss.
Mark DeMeo right here. How about it, Mark DeMeo?
Jim Grumpier.
Carrie Carabas.
Chris Roach, everybody.
Chris Roach. What about Lisa Lampanelli? How about it?
Lisa.
Yay! Richie Benavides.
Don Jameson.
Oh, yeah. The only Vanessa Hollingshead. How about it? Woo!
Rick Overton.
Yes, Rick Overton. Hey. Mr. Joey Cola. How about that?
Joey Cola is. Oh boy. He already forgot. He already forgot us on. That's how old he is. He was. Hey, Joey.
Joey. Joey.
Well, I hear them, but I don't see them.
Joey.
We're inside the china cabinet.
Well, look to your left, to your right, or wherever. I don't know. It's back.
Hey, we're on your computer.
Hey.
Oh, there you are.